The government is expected to announce more funding to pay for the removal of unsafe cladding on buildings.
Thousands of flat owners have faced huge bills for fire safety measures following the Grenfell Tower disaster. Our Consumer Affairs correspondent Sarah Corker is in the studio with us this morning. And I know, Sarah, good morning to you. You've been following this very closely, haven't you?
Yes, good morning. And the government is under increasing pressure to do more to tackle the cladding crisis and also to protect flat owners from these spiralling costs. Now, ministers have already allocated £1.6 billion to remove dangerous cladding, but it's widely acknowledged that that amount just isn't enough. It's actually estimated it'll cost £15 billion to fix the fault. So ministers have been grappling with new financial solutions. They will be announced later at around lunchtime. But the big questions are just how much extra funding there'll be. It's likely to be millions. How will it be allocated? And also, how will the government determine which are the highest risk blocks? Now, campaigners who have been living in these flammable flats for years now say it's just taking far too long. It's more than 3.5 years since the Grenfell Tower fire, and it's estimated 700,000 people are still living in these buildings. Now, we spoke to Will Martin. He's a junior doctor in Sheffield, and he told us what he's been going through.
Any money that is released to remediate cladding is welcome, but obviously many of the buildings that have got cladding on have got a whole range of other problems that, until funding for those problems are delivered, then leaseholders still won't be able to sell their properties. They'll still be stuck in unsafe properties. I have a £7,000 a week waking watch on my building. People across the country are crying out for help.
Now, it's important to remind you of a bit of the background to all of this. So the Grenfell Tower fire exposed decades of regulatory failure. Safety inspections on other high-rise blocks exposed not just flammable cladding, but other fire safety faults too. So by that I mean defective insulation, flammable balconies, missing fire breaks. And the longer it takes to fix all of that, flat owners are having to pay for all sorts of things. So insurance bills are going up, service charges are going up, they're being asked to pay for fire alarms. And you heard Will there talking about waking watch. Now, that's these round-the-clock fire wardens that have to patrol the highest risk buildings. And that's costing some people thousands of pounds. And at the heart, really, of resolving this crisis is the question of who should pay to fix these faults. Is it government? Is it developers? Is it building owners? Is it leaseholders? At the moment, leaseholders, flat owners like Will, are saying they're the ones that are having to pay for all of this. And we will find out what this announcement is, the details to it, from the Housing Minister at lunchtime around 12:30.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you.